Arete. My name is Natalia Soto.
I'm William Lee.
I'm John Duffy.
And I'm Brian Fox.
Arete is your personalized learning management system, and it fills in the gaps of what Canvas can't do. It helps you as a student organize your semester and track your performance all throughout.
And we can't wait to tell you more about it.
So what is Arete? Before I launch into that, let's establish a couple of very base facts. First off, school is hard, just in general. Going from high school to college can be quite the jump, and figuring out how to balance a course schedule can be pretty tricky. Another thing is, Canvas is really cool and has a lot of really good information, but from class to class and professor to professor, they can be organized differently, and it can be difficult to find what you're supposed to be doing at any given time. There's gotta be a better way. That's where Arete comes in. It's a learning management app that couples with your Canvas account, and it helps you by pulling out that key information and putting it right in front of your face so you know what you're supposed to be doing and when, and it puts that power in your hands as a student so that you can perform better and go with confidence through your college experience. So I want to tell you about a friend of mine. His name's Tim Smith, and he heard about Arete from a classmate and wanted to improve his planning and understanding of what he was supposed to do. So I'll let Natalia take us through a little bit of what it might look like if Tim were to sign up for Arete.
So let's make Tim an account on Arete. As a new student, Tim sometimes struggles knowing where to find help and what times during the week he's able to get that help. And so he's easily able to see crowdsourced information about TA office hours on his dashboard for each of his classes, which is really nice. And he can also add his own TA office hours if he sees that he's not able to get to these ones and there's another spot available, he can add his own. But if he sees that he doesn't need that anymore, then he can also go ahead and remove it. And there's tasks on here that he has to complete. Each of them represent an assignment right now. This is auto-populated from his Canvas account. And so if he were to know that he is done with Block 4 project, but it's just not reflected on Canvas yet because it hasn't submitted it, he can at least submit it here or at least check it off as being done so that he knows in his mind that it is complete. This is especially helpful when it comes to making your own subtasks and before completing and submitting an assignment. On the calendar page, he can show Canvas events and have them populate up here. And what's neat about this is that you can not only see those here, but you can see them on your Google Calendar. So if I were to sync this to my own account, he'll see that they'll populate on his calendar. It might take a second for all of them to show up, but they're definitely there. The ones for next week are also there. He can also go ahead and add his own custom events, and those would sync up to his calendar as well. Maybe today he wanted to interview a friend for his Block 4 project. And so he can go ahead and set that here as an event that needs to be done. And he made it purple, and so all the purple events are showing up right now. Next is the assignments page. He's able to look at each of the assignments that he has, and he can mark one as complete. And he can also go ahead and add his own tasks. So we were talking about interviewing a friend earlier. He can make that an official task on here that he has to mark as done or complete so that he can reflect that in this visual Gantt chart. And so interviewing a friend is now at 0%, but maybe he has completed it already. And so we'll go ahead and bump that up to 100%, and that'll reflect on here. And he can see all of his completed assignments or tasks right here. Next is the trends page, and he's able to go ahead and look at how well he's doing on all the different sections of his class. These are sections that are defined by the professor himself or herself, and he can quickly spot any dips in his performance if he hadn't seen that before. Because as a new student, it can sometimes be really hard to be checking your grades frequently and to really know how to distinguish how well you're doing between grades. But this visual really gives you a quick glimpse of that. And as a new student, he's sometimes shy in class and he doesn't know how to or doesn't want to vocalize his thoughts about the assignments overall. And so something that he can do here is he can go ahead and say something that he maybe didn't really like about the assignment, or if he really liked it, he could also share that. And he can submit that as his own personal feedback. And then this is something that would be received directly by an instructor user who also makes their own Arete account. And this is something that instructors can encourage all their students to do, is to fill out this feedback form throughout the semester for all their different assignments. And that way instructors are able to get quick feedback all throughout the semester and know when and where they can improve before the class is over or it's too late. Tim is really excited to use Arete and to organize his semester and use time and task management tools to perform better and track his performance through Arete.
When we created Arete, we used React and TypeScript to create our front-end application, and we utilized the build tool Vite to bundle our application so we can distribute it to CloudFront. On Arete's backend, we primarily used Go to build our server, which is hosted on an AWS instance. The server is additionally connected to a MySQL database, which is hosted on Amazon RDS. And it's also important to note that both the front end and back end are communicating with each other over a secure HTTPS connection. And as a team, we've completed about 70 issues in the past 16 weeks and made about 331 commits on both the front end and back end repositories. Our back end is additionally fully documented and available on Swagger, which contains about 30 API endpoints to help our front-end developers connect the web application to the backend server. And in our user study, we talked to multiple University of Utah students in computer science and information systems, as well as surveyed over 73 students in a CS 2420 class. And our user study helped us prioritize specific features in our project and also identify bugs. And we heavily focused on completing the dashboard page by connecting our widgets to the backend, while also providing a new crowdsourced TA component so you can add or update TA hours for the entire course to see. We also decided to get the automatic data population working so you can see exam dates or upcoming deadlines automatically in your calendar. The surveys also loved the Google Calendar syncing concept, so we decided to make sure to prioritize that in our final product.
And with that, we hope that you've enjoyed this final look at Arete. You've learned a little bit more about what it is, how it works, and why we've designed it the way that we have. It's a tool designed to truly help students achieve their own potential. It's something that we hope will be able to help students like Tim to be able to plan and organize and better prepare for their journey as university students. We know that university can be hard. We know that it can be a very lofty goal to achieve. And we hope that this product will be able to help students, help people to attain that goal. We set out with Arete to not only create something that will be able to help future students, but also something that will be able to help us to achieve our own potential, to improve as developers and computer scientists. We learned a lot of new technology in order to achieve it, and we hope to continue to learn new technology to implement further into Arete to increase its ability to help students in the future. We will gladly respond to any reach outs or contacts using any of the information provided here at the end of this video. We truly do appreciate your time in listening to this and learning about our project that we have devoted so much time to. We hope you have enjoyed the experience as well. Thank you.